Hey guys, it is Dwayne here from DewyHQ, and we're back with some more Persona 5. Now, this is where our Persona 5 walkthrough really takes its its actual route, because pretty much all before, like in the last few parts, it's all been pretty much on rails. There's pretty much nothing you can really do about it apart from getting a few questions right and all that jazz. This is pretty much the school, so we'll quickly walk around. So we can see Ann here, and she'll just I think she'll just ask if you want to go into the palace. So we don't need to do that today. Patience is a virtue. And Mishima's over here too. So Mishima also get kicked out of school if we don't change Kamoshida's heart. So the first thing on our checklist is to pretty much head up to the library. So the library is, I believe it's level 3. So we're gonna head up to the library real quick. And you can also listen to all the rumors going around school. Pretty much they're all about us at the moment and how we've had the kerfuffle with Kamoshida and how Kamoshida is saying that we're such a bad influence. Oh, is this your first time at the library? My job is to explain the rules of the library for first-time visitors. So you can borrow a book, so you can only borrow one book at a time. You can read it here in the library if you want, but we're never gonna, I don't think we even spend any time in the library reading, so that's okay. And you can study here as well, so studying in the library will have different effects than studying elsewhere. You can choose to study depending on the situation. I'm pretty sure there is I don't think we study at all in the library. There's a place we unlock a little later on that is way better because you can boost 2 stats at the same time, so and you can only borrow one at a time. Yep. But maybe you shouldn't come here. You're starting to scare the other students. Oh, I didn't mean that you can't use the library, but we're not welcomed anywhere we go. I guess there's nothing we can do about it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to borrow a book. The first book we're going to borrow, so pretty much all the books are based on the personas that you start out with. So the Great Thief is Arsene, Pirate Legend is Captain Kid Zoro, and Carmen the Alluring Dancer. So we're going to grab the Pirate Legend, first up, because it'll help increase our guts. So now that we're finished here, there's a few things that we need to do today. So one of those things we're going to do is we're going to quickly pop down to this is also another feature you can do. You can hit R1 on your controller. It'll bring up this menu. You'll just want to head to the courtyard. So this is really important. So there's these vending machines around the world, but there's important vending machines here. These two sell SP recovery items. So you can only buy one, and I'm not sure if there's one outside of school that you can grab, but there is a trophy tied to this, so but I think the earliest you can receive that trophy is the 10th of October, so you don't need to really worry about it then. You just gotta buy all the vending machine drinks once. So now that we've bought that, we're all good to go. Then the next thing we need to do is we're gonna head, there's another place we can get these vending machine drinks from, so I'm just gonna quickly go to the front of the school. Yeah, you can also hit R1 twice to bring up the overworld map, and you can also hit square to see which confidants are available. We'll be heading back to Yongjinjaya soon, so we're going to head to the entrance. I just really want to check to see if there are those vending machines outside. I can't remember if there are. I don't think there is, but I'm just going to quickly check on the way back home. So doesn't look like it, because they're these red machines. So this one has different ones. No, so they're the only ones that are in school. So what we're going to do is we're going to head over to Achayome Station. Ayama. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to head into Shibuya. So you can either just quick travel there, but since we're in the train station anyway, I thought I may as well walk. Pop through here. You can also buy bread at this shop. They also have like it's high HP recovery items on certain days. So I think it's Tuesday or Wednesday they had the high recovery items, so be sure to keep a lookout for that if you're getting stuck in the dungeons. You really shouldn't need to worry about it. Okay. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to head over to down the underground walkway. So the first thing we want to do down here is we're just going to head downstairs here. And we're going to go to one of these pamphlet places. We're going to grab a part-time job. So this just unlocks it for later, so we're just going to save ourselves some time. So we're going to get the convenience store job because that's the first one we can go for at the moment. So it's just to make some quick money. I think we need to do it a little bit later on for a request. But just grab it for now, that way you've got it. There are 2 other jobs you can grab, but you need skill requirements for them. And I think we can actually pop over this way to the 105s, and this will take us to Central Street. You can just walk through Shibuya normally and make it to Central Street like Ryuji took us last time. And I think we just need to head to... No, we need to head to the flower shop. Well, this is Central Street. So you can explore around here if you like. And there's a few things to talk to and all that type of stuff, but you shouldn't need to buy anything just quite yet. So we're going to head to the underground again. Sometimes I get a little lost myself. And we're going to head to the underground mall, which is up this way. So there's 2 ways you can go. You can look at the minimap if you get stuck. I prefer going this way, it's easier for me to find. We need to head over to the flower shop. Now the flower shop is just here. We can get a job here a little bit later, but we don't have the kindness to work here.
Come in.
We're going to grab these bio-nutrients. Just going to grab, I think it's 1 for now, yeah, just 1. And then we're all good to go. So now we're going to be heading to Yongjen. Going to head to the back streets first. We're going to be talking to the doctor we met on Saturday. So before we do that, I'm just going to quickly head over here to the bathhouse. And there's another SP recovery item drinks you can grab. So just quickly, we can actually grab a few here. Oh, there's 2 of that one and 2 of this one. So just grab both of them. For some reason I only thought they were 1. But just grab those 2. And now we're going to head over to the clinic. So now you should be able to spend your money however you like. I like to hang on to my money until I need it though. If you do get stuck, this might be a good idea to grab as well. Sorry, I gotta walk into the store.
Take your time.
We can grab the spring fruit pack. So this gives us 80 HP to all our allies. I'm gonna grab it just for myself, just in case I get stuck myself. I'd recommend it if you're starting out for the first time playing this game. Okay, so now we're gonna head into the clinic. Okay.
Oh.
I want that rumored medicine. You're the kid that was at Lunk. Regular medicine won't do the trick. I have my reasons. Fine. Just head into the exam room for now.
Oh.
That medicine, huh?
What are you trying to do?
So, which conversation of mine did you eavesdrop on to hear that? It was obvious, actually. You call that hiding? Not that I care, of course. I was going to dispose of that medicine anyway. I got a little too carried away with it. But tell me, why would a high schooler like yourself be interested in that medicine? That's very strange indeed. You don't seem to be very athletic, so... What are you up to? It's for my exams.
Huh?
Exams? Oh, your entrance exams for college? So, you're looking to improve your concentration and reduce fatigue? That's not a bad idea. But if that's what you want to do...
Take care.
Then good luck with that. I have no obligation to help you with that. Why don't you have an energy drink or something? I need that medicine. You're really annoying, you know that? That medicine's really expensive. And it's not something that a high schooler can get his hands on. It almost costs as much as a car. Got it? So how about you just go home? I'm not leaving. Do you consider yourself someone with a good amount of stamina? I have to admit, I've been looking for a young person to help around your age to help me out. But I haven't been able to find one, even after putting an ad in the paper. Are you up for it? What would I be doing? Do you want it or not? Okay then, you'll be participating in clinical trials for my medicine. Hang on, I'll be right back. Here you go. Worried? About the side effects? Huh, well you can relax. Rest assured, my autopsy is guaranteed to find out exactly what part of it killed you.
Did you change your mind?
What, aren't you going to take it? The exit's right there if you want to leave. If I don't drink this, Takumi probably won't sell me her medicine. Bottoms up! I can't believe you actually drank it. Bitter, yet sour. It's beyond description. However, it's nothing I can't handle. Wow, you're still doing okay. Not bad for a high schooler. Well, game over, I guess. So it doesn't really matter for the choices in this first social link. Like most social links, the first ones don't really matter.
Good evening. Do you remember anything from the moment you took the medicine until now? By the look in your eyes, I'd say you don't. You briefly woke from your coma, but you were completely dazed during the entire examination. You eventually lost consciousness and fell back asleep. Are you out of your mind? Only an idiot would have drank that.
It's for my exams.
Fine. And by the way, the reason you lost consciousness was because of the taste. It produces a foul smell when it mixes with gastric juices, similar to surströmming. Oh well. All that matters is that thanks to you, I was able to get some good data. Okay, it's my turn to make good on my part of the deal. That's why I waited until you woke up. I don't want the general public to know about my original medicines. So you're strictly prohibited from disclosing what happens here to anyone. Understood?
Of course.
Then it's a deal. As long as you come here for it, I'll give you the medicine at a good price whenever you want. I may even add additional selections in time. I look forward to your continued patronage.
I made a deal with Takumi.
Considering all the actions you've taken, you must have had someone with medical expertise. Who? And how did you treat your wounds? It'll be easy to find out who if we look into this, you know.
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast acquired a new vow. It shall become the wings of rebellion that breaketh thy chains of captivity. With the birth of the death persona, I have obtained the winds of blessing that shall lead to freedom and new power.
Death. Back alley doctor. So, Tei Takumi. Rejuvenation increases the selection of healing items at the clinic.
Alright.
She does sell you some really good items a little bit later on.
So, when can you come back for the next clinical trial? Oh. You don't remember that part either? Well, I was saying that teenage test subjects are quite valuable in the medical research industry. So I'll provide you the medicine for your entrance exams, and in exchange, you'll be my guinea pig. I have to perfect this medicine. If you're able to move now, you can go home. All right. Take care. Bye.
I feel like cooperating in that shady clinical trial has increased my guts.
All right.
So doing the clinical trials will help increase your guts, which will help us get our guts rank up quickly as possible.
Hey.
You better not be out to any trouble. Just one mistake and your life's over. Okay, so there's not much we can do tonight. So the most recommended thing to do is to clean the room.
Hey! Oh!
So let's clean up our shit. So we found a plant that's still alive.
Nice! Okay. That's incredible.
So we get the Yonchar Wanderer.
Well then.
So pretty much we've cleaned that up, so now we can use our bionutrients that we got earlier on the plant, and it'll help increase our kindness. So we'll be doing that a little bit later. I thought I'd get a girlfriend once I was in high school, but I'm not having any luck at all.
This sucks.
Is there something wrong with me? Maybe you need some self-improvement. Try reading some books. Broaden your horizons, so that you'll have more things to talk about. You'll be more desirable if you're more intelligent. It'll take hard work though, and that won't happen overnight. Yeah, but books make me sleepy. I guess I can give it a go, if it'll help me make me more popular with the ladies. Is the library where I go to borrow books? Already been there, done that.
Nice.
Books are great.
Oh!
You can apparently visit the school library, you know, we've already done that. And we can go to the bookstore on Central Street to buy some more books. Mainly those books are helping, some do increase stats. I'm not quite sure if we need to pick those up
Let's get
just
started.
yet, I don't think we do. Hi there everyone, I'm Mr. Haruda, your biology teacher. You must be shocked with what happened to Zui-san. It shocked me too. Although, I can relate to how she felt. Her eyes were devoid of life as they looked upon the sad, hopeless world. Well, I suppose everyone views the world differently. Let's have a test.
Try to answer this.
You there, take a look at this diagram. Is the line extending from A connected to B or C? It is C. Again, if you guys get stuck, just hit the touchpad button. You'll find generally the best answer is whatever's the most.
This is it. You do.
Correct. Seems there's eyes in your eyes see the truth. This is an optical illusion. Some people see it correctly, some do not. Isn't it strange that they view the same image differently? Humans do not see the world as it is, we simply process visual information in our brain.
Nice going!
So we get increasing knowledge. Nice.
All right.
I see.
I also forgot to mention that the SP recovery items, they restock on Mondays. So pretty much those SP recovery items we got, they're pretty much going to be it until next week. Especially until the dungeon. I haven't gone home yet. I'm still in the school too. I'm by the staircase outside your classroom. Do you think we should head into the palace today? I haven't decided yet. Hey, I thought of something the other day when we were running around the palace. Maybe it's because I haven't been moving around as much lately, but I feel like I'm getting weak. We're probably going to run into some pretty tough shadows sometime. We better try and get stronger too. It's sunny outside, perfect for training. You want to get your blood pumping?
Wow!
So it means we can hang out with Ryuji.
Okay.
So it just explains you can quick travel to him via the phone. So if you don't want to do something, so like we'll just say, want to go to the palace today, I'll leave it to you. And if you say decide later, it puts her on hold. Okay, so this will be the last real opportunity to do whatever you need to do before we go into Kamoshida's palace, because we're going to try and aim to finish it the same day. Now, I know that seems like a bit of a stretch, but especially if you're a New Game Plus player, but you've wanted to start a new game, or you've played through the game, you messed something up and you want to start again, it is a bit of a stretch, but if you've got that experience behind you, it's not too bad. Pretty much you just need to pace yourself, play safe. If you get stuck, lower the difficulty. No one's gonna, get annoyed with you. So if you need any items, healing items, any sort of equipment, if you want to put better equipment on, like you find that you're dying easier, generally can find the stuff in the palace, but for now we should be fine. If you do get stuck,
I should write something.
and if you're afraid that you're not going to be able to clear the palace by that time, make a save file. Just make a save file. It'll make it so much easier for yourself. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to hang out with Ryuji. Unlike most social links, we do not need a corresponding persona. So when you hang out with someone and you have the corresponding persona, so Ryuji is Chariot, so we don't have a Chariot persona. We do get bonus points, but the points only add up to the next rank. So pretty much when you get a new rank, all the points go back to 0. So you won't need to worry about it, especially for the very first one, but for this one in particular, you won't need to worry about it. Most cases we will need a corresponding persona. So that's why I always recommend try and capture as many personas as you can. Okay, now that that's over, we can hang out with Ryuji.
Yo.
Sup, Dewey, you got any plans for today? Let's hang out. I realized that when running through the palace, I can't really move like I used to. So how about some training? I just can't sit here on my ass. Spending time with the Confidants after school or at night will deepen your trust with each other. Think carefully about how you spend your limited time as you progress through the various palaces. I feel like my bond's going to grow stronger with Ryuji. So when it tells you that, that means you're definitely going to get a rank up on this run. But if you don't get the correct options and you don't get points for your answers, there's a good chance that you'll need to spend just time with them and you won't deepen your trust any further. So we want to aim to try and deepen our trust with our confidants as quickly as possible to allow for us to hang out with other people and do other things and get more skills. So let's hang out with Ryuji. Sweet. Let's go work up a sweat behind the gym then.
Wanna get going?
Go get changed. I'm gonna go take a walk while you're busy with him. Let me know when you're ready to leave. So Morgana doesn't really hang out with us when we're hanging out with people, which I always thought was interesting. Man, this place brings back memories. This was my secret training spot, was. Back when I was on the track team. Actually, I've been thinking about running again.
Damn it.
Fighting in that other world was a total shock. I couldn't move like I used to, I just felt lame. So, I think I need to start building up my muscles again. Anything's gotta be better than this flimsy body, right? Plus, maybe then I'll be able to help out a little more. I'm counting on you. So when we pick the right answer, we'll get those little icons. 3 is the maximum you can get at once. You want to try and always aim for the maximum. So all my responses will always be the maximum or the best one. If sometimes there's a choice where you can choose between the two, I'll let you know if you can. And it doesn't really matter. I'll just go for the funnier option. That's just me though. I'm gonna totally wreck your expectations. I mean that in a good way. Anyways, you act like it's only me who's gonna be doing this. You'll be getting in on it too.
Come on, man.
Well, don't look so surprised. That's why I had you change. It'll be pointless if I was the only one getting super fast, right? Alright, you're gonna do some knee lift sprints. You're gonna be stuck with no one once. I ran around the school with Ryuji. My damn legs, they're all tight. Before Kamoshida came along, the track team was the biggest thing the school had going for it. But it all changed when he got our coach fired and took over as the sub.
Damn it.
That bastard. Right from the very start he was trying to get rid of us. He gave us crazy workouts, then when we couldn't do them, he'd add even more on top of that. Day after day it was nothing but bullshit. He was going after me especially. He knew I was the kind of guy who would just fight back. If my time dropped even a little, he'd cuss me out. Then on top of that, he brought it up to my parents. So you can pick either one for this. What about them? Truth is, my mum's the only one I've got. All my dad did when he was still around was drink. Sometimes he'd even beat me or my mum. I don't know how that bastard Kamoshida found out, but he told the whole goddamn team. And as you can guess, I lost it and hit him. It was like he wanted me to do it though. He called it an act of violence and shut the team down. Thanks to that, the other guys on the team treat me like I'm some kind of traitor. And they ain't wrong. Because of me, they lost their shot at the championship. Again, you can pick anything for this. Do you regret it? A little bit yes, and a little bit no. Come on, don't ask me tough questions like that. You know I'm not very smart. Anyways, it doesn't matter, that's all in the past. I'm only thinking about the future now. That's what we're gonna do, build the future. Gotta think positive thoughts, brother. I feel like my bond with Ryuji is growing deeper. Rank 2. Baton Pass. So now we can use Baton Pass with Ryuji. So this was important to do before we went into the dungeon, so we could spread our SP management.
All right. All right.
Come on, we're all warmed up, but how about another run? By the way, you're actually pretty good at running. Not as good as me though. Holy crap, my legs are shaking. Don't collapse on your way home, man.
See ya.
Hey.
Just because you seem to be taking school seriously doesn't mean I'm not keeping an eye on you. Got it? I'll know as soon as I see your grades. Want to prove that you're turning over a new leaf? Make studying a habit as second nature as breathing. Okay, so I'm going to quickly save just here. I'm going to quickly pop a save. Okay, and then we're going to head upstairs real quick, because there's something we want to do.
I've got a good idea.
Bring me that chair in the corner. Can you reach that beam on the ceiling if you stand on the chair, right? I should be able to. Alright, let's train your body using that ceiling beam. But I'm leaving you in charge. You'll need to train that body too. I'm gonna whip you into shape, so you better be prepared. So if you do the training with Morgana, it gives you like 5 extra HP in the dungeon. I personally wouldn't recommend it. Just because it is a waste of time when you could be reading a book to try and improve your skills. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up to the houseplant.
Oh!
I'm going to use the nutrients we bought earlier.
Oh!
So we got 2 kindness for that.
All right.
Oh!
So that should be all sweet. We're going to quickly talk to this customer. I apologize if I overstayed my welcome. I finished a critique for her work, so I'm partaking in a moment's rest. The ambience of my favourite cafe at closing time. The perfect silence soothes my very soul. The TV's on though. Well, I'll be going home then. Also on another note, you can actually talk to the TV, or like read the TV. And usually they do bring up stuff from other games, which is interesting. But what we want to do is, this took me ages to work out. I don't think I worked it out until maybe like July in my first playthrough. You can actually walk up to this seat here where it says bookshelf and you can read your book. I didn't know that. So we're going to be reading Pirate Legend today.
Yeah.
You're going to use the store for something?
Make sure your
Well,
clothes up.
Don't leave a mess, I'm heading home. The lone pirate ship sailed onward, forging its own path through the crashing waves.
Wow!
The pirate Captain Kidd, huh? Huh, Ryuji should read this book.
Hey!
Huh? Oh, you didn't realize how long you've been reading, so how far'd you get? Seems like you still have a few pages left. You should continue this some other time.
Hey!
We're able to grab ourselves a seat. You have that book you haven't finished reading yet. Now this is nice, why don't we read there until we get there? So, again, we're gonna read Pirate Legend. The pirates made a toast, drinking and reveling? And reveling to celebrate their victory.
Wow! Oh!
Ah, so you finished reading the Pirate Legend? I love how Captain Kidd was the leader of a ragtag group of outlaws. You must have learned something more about courage after reading Captain Kidd's exciting adventures. So we got 3 points of guts there.
All right.
Oh, we're almost at the station. I'd say that was an efficient use of your time. So, pretty much, it's a good way to finish off your books on the train. I spent too much money on clothes, now I'm broke. Guess you should look at getting one of those jobs, getting yourself a job. Those job magazines on the train station are useful. So that's talking about, like, you know, how we picked up the job for the station, so don't worry about that. Man, we need some cash. Why are you bringing that up now? Well, we can get all sorts of weapons and meds and shit now. But we can't actually buy any of it without some dough. We'll just need to earn some. Don't make it sound so easy. Why don't we get a part-time job? I don't know, I don't feel like it. Oh shit. I'm in class. Sorry, I gotta leave the chat for now. See ya. If we sell the stuff we find in the palace, we might be at a quick scratch for war funds, but like Lady Anne said, a part-time job might be a bit better. There are job magazines in Shibuya stations, aren't there? Maybe we should pick one up. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, I think, I'm just going to quickly check my items. No, I don't have any things to sell. That's okay. I'm quite unsure about myself. I'm probably going to pop over to Shibuya real quick. I'm just going to head into the central street. And I'm actually going to grab, I'm probably going to grab some armor. I'm going to try and grab some armor for at least Morgana, because Morgana's a little bit squishy, so. Okay, so I'm going to buy a protector. Morgana.
Alright, which one?
Okay. I'm gonna grab the cat sweater from Morgana. And then I don't think we can really buy anything else.
Good.
So we won't worry about anyone else. It's Morgana mainly,
Come again.
just because he's squishy. We're gonna head back to the hideout now, because we actually entered the palace.
Hey,
I hope you all understand that our time limit is May 2nd. We basically just have to go to the castle and then steal the treasure from Kamoshida, right? But wait, what even is the treasure? I want to know about that before we do anything.
listen up.
The treasure is a physical form of the palace ruler's distorted desires. In other words, think of it as the core of the palace. Once we steal it, the palace will crumble, I think. Having said that, even I don't know what Kamoshida's treasure is going to be. And where can we find it? There's no way of knowing that until we go in and find out. If I had to take a guess, I'd say it'd be locked up somewhere in the depths of the palace. I think I get it now. We just gotta find the treasure, right? Pretty much. There's just a lot we don't know about until we go in.
Now then.
In any case, our objective is to find the treasure's location. Somewhere in the palace. Make sure we go about this with time to spare so we can avoid any unforeseen circumstances. I expect great things from you guys. So we can hold meetings and we can pretty much talk about how far we've progressed in the palace. Now, I really like this. It's just a small detail where usually if it's sunny when you decide to go into Kamoshida's palace while you're on the school rooftop, you'll be hanging out on the pair of desks near the air vents like we were before. But if we decide to go in on a day where it's raining, we actually hang out under the awning, and I think this is just a small detail that really goes such a far way. And it just adds that little bit of more realism to the game, which is cool. So, we're gonna infiltrate Kamoshida's palace.
Okay, let's go.
But damn.
What's up?
Nothing. I was just thinking we should choose a code name for you too.
A code name?
I'm Skull, he's Joker, and that's Mona.
Judging by your costume,
I mean, she's got that tail and stuff, so... What do you think?
Sexy cat.
Wait! Is that what you're going to call me from now on? I am so not down with this.
What do you want to be called then?
Something better than just a little cat. Maybe... Panther? That sounds pretty cool, doesn't it?
Huh? Why?
'Cause it sounds more... ferocious?
she's a cougar.
Don't call me that! More importantly, Kamoshida.
Oh, right. Let's go. All right, let's start fresh and get going.
It's game time from this point forward. I'll teach you guys the basics of infiltrating a palace as we go. My master would like a word with you. The prisoner has returned.
Well done. It seems you have remembered my words. You truly make it worth rehabilitating you.
What does that mean?
I am not attempting to withhold information from you. The essence of the rehabilitation that you must complete will be explained in due time. Once you encounter friends who share your aesthetics and discover your place in reality, only then will I explain it all. Such a day should not be far off. This time, I wish to introduce you to the aid we are providing.
What do you mean?
Due to your potential in wielding the power of the wild card, you can handle more than one persona. That power holds infinite possibilities. We will assist you in nurturing that potential. To that end, we must execute your persona.
I love how dark that got.
Do not be alarmed. Personas are personalities that exist within you. Thus, you will only be discarding old personalities to have them be reborn as new ones.
So by discarding your old personality, you can give it away to a new one. Hence, that's why we call the process execution. Think of it as a fusion of your personas. Now then, let us try an actual persona fusion. So I think at this point we're pretty much forced to make... Oh no, we can make an incubus. Pretty much it's just fusion. If you played Persona 3 or 4, you'll know what it is. You're pretty much combining two personas together to make a new one. So we're going to make an incubus.
Choose the inherited
And we're going to put... probably... I'm gonna put fire on my incubus.
Will be nothing on my.
And yeah, this is the persona fusion process if you guys haven't seen it yet. I'll just show the first one. Usually I skip all these. And alas, we have an incubus.
Ah, how impressive. A stronger persona has been born from the body and blood of the old. It shall be your new strength.
What do you mean?
Its worth will be made clearer when you return to the field of battle.
Gather personas and bring them here. Gather a great many, execute them, and continue to give birth to even stronger personas. Developing your powers as such will play an integral role in the stand against ruin.
So that your rehabilitation goes well, we have a variety of rituals to choose in regard to executions. And depending on the effort you put in, our master might consider further development of new rituals. Cry your tears of joy, inmate.
Your heart is steadily gaining the strength of rebellion. It seems your rehabilitation is proceeding smoothly. A joyous fact indeed. In anticipation of this, I have prepared a gift for you. I hope that you shall accept it.
I feel a deepened connection with evil. Third eye, so this is a great ability. It allows us to see a lot of things that we can interact with. It's an excellent ability.
That is a thief's skill, allowing one to tap into their sixth sense and see what is hidden in the dark. I believe you can handle it now. May you continue devoting yourself to further rehabilitation.
Now then, if you have any requests, we will heed them.
Okay, so I'm just gonna quickly check my fusions here.
Let's
Also, if you
finished
have to
now.
fuse away a persona you don't want to get rid of,
Justine, these are the
you can
paths
pick them
walk.
up here. So I've also got the DLC. I've got Izanagi and Orpheus DLC. But apart from that, like you can pick up, you can actually toggle it so it's only personas you have. So say for example you didn't want to trade away
Is this what you want?
Jack-O-Lantern, you can grab it back. So you can just summon it. You'll need the corresponding amount of money on the side. So you'll have to keep an eye on that as well. You can also register your
want to
personas, so
register
like
it?
Arsene. Arsene's level 3, so if I want to register him at level
You'd
3,
like to register this?
I've registered him. So now I can resummon him at level 3.
The fusion.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything we can really make at the moment. No, we can't, so... We're not a high enough level to use these new personas. So we're gonna head back.
It is time, inmate.
I know we're pulling up towards the 40-minute mark. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and get a little bit further in the palace to try and get things sorted.
Something wrong? You were just standing around all of a sudden.
To my teammates, it doesn't look like I was moving.
Why are you spacing out like that? It's kind of hard to tell what you're thinking sometimes.
Let's just say he's a man of high caliber. We're counting on you, Joker.
So when you go to the Velvet Room, none of your teammates can see that you're actually in the Velvet Room.
Hey,
So this is pretty much saying that we can just quick travel to the safe room. Okay, so if you hold L1, you've gotten your third eye, so you can see that the Velvet Room glows. That's like the only thing that really glows out here. So I'm just going to quickly
should write
save before we head in. I'm going to save on this file. And I'm going to use R1, and we're going to head over to West Building, first floor. Take a break. So we can have meetings with our team. I'm pretty sure Morgana explained all this before.
Okay.
I think they were just explaining it to Arn. Alright, let's grab on.
show me your true
Take out this dude.
The first move is ours. This one's weak to curse attacks. This one's weak to electricity.
If we get a chance, what we're going to do is we're going to try and recover as much SP as possible. So try not to use too much. So I use my gun here.
Looking cool, Joker.
Then I'm going to baton pass to Ryuji.
Not over yet.
persona.
Skull, give me more.
And yeah, we're going to go for an light attack.
Time for some king.
Okay, guys. Let's do it.
Don't come back.
Sometimes I may be going a little bit quick for you guys when it comes to these battles, but it's just something you've got to get used to it in this game.
Now then.
So now you can use Third Eye, and pretty much anything that glows yellow, you can steal, and it's an item that you can sell for later on.
Show me your true form.
You can also tell the strength of enemies as well. Yellow being average,
Now's our chance to strike.
red being extremely dangerous, and blue being weak. Since this is Mandrake,
Weak to
I'm just going to
fire
use
skills.
physical attack.
Come. You give us. There.
So just be careful with your SP management. If you can, try and use a physical move. But if it speeds up the battle and you want to get through it as soon as possible, just use a move.
Nice job, Panther. We took them all out.
So you'll want to try and swap between your team as much as possible. That way the SP distribution is across them all instead of just yourself.
I can shadow defeated. That was easy, huh?
Because you'll find if you wear down yourself too soon, you'll have to leave the palace because you won't have enough damage to deal out to other enemies.
Now's our chance to strike. This one's weak
So I'm just gonna go for physical attacks on this one. Just because, like, it was one enemy, we didn't really need any elemental moves.
Spectacular victory!
And if you get a critical, it's even better.
Didn't even break a sweat.
We'll quickly come around here, grab this box, hop up here, grab this barrel, jump down, and you can also hold Alt R2 to run, but you can get caught by shadows easier. Now we can't go into cover just yet, which kind of sucks. This guy's going to cause us hassle, so I'm going to fire one bullet at this guy.
Looking cool, Joker!
Then I'm going to pop over to Ryuji,
I got this.
Baton and follow up!
and I'm going to use his gun. Again, the same sort of thing with ammo, you only get how many rounds you start off with in this one entry into the dungeon. They'll refill as soon as you leave. Just trying to kind of spread all your damage across everyone.
Okay, we're done. Let's go.
Also be pretty spammy with L1, just so you can see what items you can steal. So I would have missed that one if I didn't look back, so just one of those things. Got that.
Damn it.
Listen up!
So now this is telling us
Still!
our cover system, so
Let's
this we'll be
carry out
using
our
this a
plan.
lot. You can take the time to read through it, it's pretty simple.
I'll reveal your true form.
Alright, first move is ours!
Persona!
I don't know their weakness.
Persona!
Guess we gotta try everything. Persona!
This one's weak to Garu.
It's almost scary how good I am.
Since we don't have Agathon, we're actually going to talk to him. So humans like to have bedtime stories, right? Guess what? I want you to read to me and tuck me in before bed. I'm not your dad. I went shopping the other day with my mum, and I'll buy it for you on the way home, and she didn't buy it for me. Isn't that not fair? Okay. Agathon.
Your power's incredible, Joker.
There is a personality guide somewhere out there. I'm not the best at negotiations. Personally, I think I kind of suck at them.
Right.
So based on my opinion, it's very
Open it.
very rare for me to get the negotiations correct.
It's a shadow. Watch out, Joker.
I'll reveal your true form.
Okay.
Now's our chance.
This is Sulky. Sulky, I think, is weak to fire and ice, I think.
Incubus! Go down!
Yeah.
Looking cool, Joker.
Up to you.
Not over yet. Persona! Let's see that again, Panther.
Lend me your power. Oh, I don't, that's right. Forgot she was level
Now's
6.
the time to retreat.
Should've went for an all-out attack, but it's okay.
Okay,
Okay.
I have something.
Grab that item. Also, you'll find a lot of HP recovery items around. Try and use them if you can.
Joker!
How suspicious.
This is a pretty simple puzzle. Just use your third eye. I really like the music in this game too. Like in this palette specifically too. It's really groovy.
Whoa.
So now we can get our map.
Now then.
Wanna get going?
Pretty much that's telling us how to use the map. We've got to get the rest of the map a little later. I don't think you can actually sneak up on the which sucks. Unless you wait at the door.
One enemy. Let's do it.
Go down.
You missed? Come on, Joker. Time to find Persona. Cut you off.
Captain
What's the matter? That was incredible.
Okay.
Nice work, team.
All right.
So considering I'm low on health, I'm gonna quickly use an item. So probably using that medicine that we got a little while ago. Probably wouldn't hurt. And I'm gonna use the devil fruit on Ryuji. So trying to keep your health as high as possible is good as well. Just try not to use too much of your SP for healing, because you will need a predominant amount of it for battle.
Now's our chance to strike. Go.
Alright, so we're going to use 2 of Morgana's shots there.
Don't move now. This'll end. Game over.
So the unfortunate thing at the moment is that we can't actually
Okay.
baton pass to Morgana,
No match for me.
but we get that towards the end of this dungeon. So it does kind of suck, yes.
I have something.
Okay, I'm going to grab this pot plant, the vase, up here, grab that.
I can see it.
Okay. Then we're gonna run across these chandeliers like they had in this they had in the trailer. So many months and months ago.
There's 2 enemies. Don't underestimate them.
Bicon.
Persona.
Sucks is a little bit faster.
Persona. That's not right.
I'm gonna use cleave. Get rid of him.
Point out. Alright. We're on the ground. This is a holdup.
I'm actually gonna ask for an item. Grab its apple fruit. It's kind of what I wanted. I want an HP healing item. Just so I can conserve the SP. If you feel like you don't need to fight the enemies, just run past them. As long as you don't get caught by them, or just avoid them.
Okay.
I'm gonna quickly use. I'm probably gonna use Arn's skill here, just Dia. It's only 3 SP, and I'm gonna use a devil fruit on myself because I don't have quite enough. Not quite enough HP to justify it, because Dia, I think, heals. I want to say it's like 59, 52 HP, something around there.
I have something.
Oh, I also forgot to mention. Oh no, that's on the way back. Never mind.
Oh, this feeling. Maybe there's a safe room.
So we can grab this treasure chest here. Why not? There's more treasure chests you can grab a little bit later, but we don't have the lockpicks for them. So I think the gold breastplate, I think that's going to come more in. Yeah, it's gonna it's gonna come in handy for selling.
Alright.
And you know what? I think that's gonna wrap it up for today. We will save here. We've got a lot done so far, so we've made it through the first 2 major days where we can really take freedom with our Let's Play or walkthrough. and we're progressing slowly through Kamoshida's dungeon, hoping to try and get to the end of it in the next part, so stay tuned for that. Probably be trying to hit to the end of the dungeon in the next part, then beat Kamoshida, or take him on, or steal his treasure, beat the dungeon, and then hopefully towards the end of that part we can get back to the everyday life stuff. But yeah, as always, I hope you guys have been enjoying the series. Stay tuned for more Persona 5 content for the walkthrough, and guys, it was Dwayne here from DewyHQ, signing out. I'll see you on the next episode. See you guys.